The advanced safety feature combines active emergency braking with emergency lane departure prevention. If there's a risk of collision, the system alerts the driver with a message on the instrument panel accompanied by an audible signal, and if need be, engages the brake or steering wheel to assist the driver and avoid a collision. The active emergency braking system uses data from the camera on the windscreen and the radar sensor in the front bumper to determine the distance between you and the vehicle in front, whether it's moving or stationary, as well as cyclists and pedestrians ahead, and warns you if there is a risk of collision. It also alerts you to the risk of a head-on collision with an oncoming vehicle if you begin to change direction. When the system detects a risk of collision with the road user ahead of you, this indicator light or the brake message appears in red on the instrument panel, accompanied by an audible signal and micro braking. You must then take evasive action or apply the brakes. If you brake and the system detects that there is still a risk of collision, it will increase the braking force. If you fail to brake or take evasive action despite the audible and visual warnings, emergency braking is triggered and the vehicle brakes to a complete halt if need be. If the danger is imminent, the audible warning and emergency braking may occur simultaneously. In the case of a complete halt, the system ceases to apply the brakes. If necessary, you must depress the brake pedal to keep the vehicle stationary. The active emergency braking system detects moving vehicles ahead of you when you're driving at speeds of between 5 and 111.8 miles per hour, or 8 and 180 kilometers per hour. Conversely, stationary vehicles, pedestrians and cyclists are detected when you're driving at between 5 and 49.6 miles per hour. That's 8 or 80 kilometers per hour. Lastly, when you're at a crossroads, the system detects oncoming vehicles traveling at between 18.6 and 34.1 miles per hour, or 30 and 55 kilometers per hour. When you're driving at between 5 and 12.4 miles per hour, or 8 and 20 kilometers per hour with the direction indicator on. The emergency lane departure prevention system uses data from the camera on the windscreen and the radar sensors on the front and rear bumpers to correct the vehicle's trajectory if you're nearing the side of the road without indicating. The system also initiates corrective action on the steering wheel when it detects a risk of collision with an oncoming vehicle in the adjacent lane, or with a vehicle within detection range, or the rear radar sensors that is traveling at the same or at a higher speed. Emergency lane departure prevention can detect an approaching roadside at speeds of between 40.3 and 111.8 miles per hour, or 65 and 180 kilometers per hour. When a collision risk is detected, the system corrects your trajectory. A yellow indicator light is displayed on the instrument panel with this symbol and the message "Lane Departure." If the feature is triggered multiple times due to an approaching roadside and it detects that your hands are no longer on the steering wheel, this yellow warning light appears on the instrument panel with the message "Keep Control." The system can detect an oncoming vehicle when your speed is between 40.3 and 68.2 miles per hour, or 65 and 110 kilometers per hour. If there is a risk of collision with an oncoming vehicle in an adjacent lane and you have not used your indicator, the system will correct your trajectory. This red indicator lights up on the instrument panel along with this symbol, an audible signal and the message "Collision Risk." The system can detect a vehicle coming up from behind if you're traveling at between 40.3 and 111.8 miles per hour, or 65 and 180 kilometers per hour. The system corrects your trajectory if you're approaching a line and there's a risk of collision with a vehicle behind you in your blind spot, or there is a vehicle coming up fast from behind in an adjacent lane. This indicator flashes in the rearview mirror, and the red indicator light appears on the instrument panel with an audible signal and the message "Side obstacle detected." After this, the message "Advanced safety engaged" is displayed on the instrument panel for around 3 seconds. You can cancel the trajectory correction at any point by using the steering wheel. To ensure your safety, the advanced safety feature is automatically switched on when the vehicle is started. If you want to turn the system off, go to the Vehicle section in the Open R-Link center screen and select Driving Assistance. Then press here. Select On or Off. This yellow indicator light appears on the instrument panel when the system is switched off. You can adjust the alert sensitivity level for greater driving comfort. Press here and choose one of 3 sensitivity options: Late, Standard, and Early. Make sure that advanced safety works properly by keeping the camera, rear view mirrors, and front and rear radar sensors clean and in good condition. In certain conditions, for example heavy rain, poor visibility, or on tight bends, the system may be temporarily impaired. Also, if you're towing a trailer, the message "Trailer Side Radar Unavailable" will be displayed on the instrument panel to advise you that rear vehicle detection is not active. If that happens, this indicator light appears on the instrument panel. If this indicator light also comes on, the advanced safety feature has detected a fault. Contact a Renault representative to resolve the problem. The advanced safety feature is an additional driving aid. It cannot be a substitute for your vigilance as a driver. Always pay attention to the traffic conditions and to your surroundings.